the weekend, Lizzo decided to fight back against some of the anti-drag legislation that we've seen all over the country, but especially in Tennessee. She performed in Knoxville, and she came out to her song, "Everybody's Gay." And during it, as you can see, brought out a whole bunch of drag performers who were alumni of RuPaul's Drag Race as part of a musical, performative, artistic opposition to their effectively like silencing and destruction of any drag culture in the state. This is Tennessee SB3. We've talked about multiple times on the show. Incredibly vaguely written, designed so it can be adjudicated however the local officials want, to shut down any performance which appeals to a prurient interest, which is like everything. And I have a feeling that anything that is generally considered acceptable to straight cis people, no matter how overly sexualized it is going to be allowed to continue. But performances like that might not. And you might think, well, she's put the right in a difficult position because by bringing the drag performers on stage, she has potentially violated this law, but she's Lizzo, so they kind of have to back off because what are you gonna do against a Grammy-winning superstar like Lizzo? No, some of them do not feel backed into a corner. Matt Walsh says, throw her in jail. Yes, Matt Walsh, who believes in freedom and liberty, believes that she should be locked up because there was a drag performer nearby. Not the only one. Media Right News, again, has a blue check mark, so I have to assume very reputable. Will Lizzo be arrested? You don't seem concerned about that. Some decided, well, I don't want to be the one who's calling for a performing artist to be locked up for what they did, so they went a different direction. People like Tommy Lawrence saying, what we really want to know is why adult men want to sexy dance for children. They can't answer that question because we all know the answer is pure perversion. Man, she can construct an elaborate straw man for herself there. A reminder that if Tommy Lauren does get brought aboard to Fox News, this is the sort of stuff why. Every comment like this is a performance, a trial run to get a show on Fox News. Look at how I can attack people like this. So anyway, they are not happy with Lizzo. Some of them just want her to be shamed. Some of them want her to literally be locked up. What a fun America they are helping to build. What do you think, Jayar?
Yeah, this is, this is, people say it, the American Taliban, the Christian Taliban, all these things. So now you have to start blocking people from doing anything they want. Obviously this concert here and performance, not even anything they want, just performances, because oh my God, my eyes will burn, or the children that are watching. So before this, they had other issues with Lizzo, but not sure if they stretched it to children before this, but now they can just say at any point. These were contestants on RuPaul's Drag Race. For anyone who doesn't know, that's a television show. It comes on TV. You can also stream it. You can watch it on different platforms. You know who can do that? Children. You know who else can do that? Other Americans or anyone else wherever it's available. Are they gonna start blocking that too? Because I don't know if it's just in person where you can get permeated with the disease of acceptance and inclusivity, but in this case, they're just going off of live performances. They can watch this in other places. Similar to their book bans. You can read books without actually getting the paper, hardback copied versions of these things. We can still watch and read and do things. That is the next step. Because obviously that's what authoritarian countries do. They limit people's access to information, reading, entertainment, any of this type of stuff. Because if you get entertained by certain folks, you just might be poisoned with this whole acceptance problem. And they won't say that out loud. But if someone asks them enough questions, you'll get to that final point. It's just, I don't like that stuff. Therefore, you don't get to participate in it.
Exactly, or I don't really care about this because most of these right-wing pundits weren't talking about drag shows 3 years ago. They have realized, oh, this is the thing that we're attacking. This will distract from our true policy objectives. So that's why they're doing it. To be clear, I don't want people to worry right now for the fate of Lizzo. I do not believe Lizzo is going to be locked up, not only because Lizzo is notably Lizzo, and I still think that is a bridge too far, but also that law itself is wrapped up in appeals and is not currently active. But it is amazing that there are some who they feel like, we should make an example of this incredibly talented mega star by locking them up.
Lock her up. I see what happens. Lock her up. Arrest her.
Look, I love that she would be willing. Look, this is what we're gonna need. We're gonna need a whole bunch of Lizzos or people on that level to continue to ice out these states, either challenging their laws and saying, well, are you gonna lock up Taylor Swift? Are you gonna lock up Beyonce? Or just not perform there anymore. Again, if they want to make their states hostile to the very idea of art, well, then we can see how that goes. And obviously that's punishing a lot of people who don't support these laws in those states as well. People who are actively trying to stop them from going forward. But it has those sorts of tactics have been successful in the past.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.